Okay, we're gonna sit comfortably to start. Good form, good posture. And eyes are closed. So my voice is going to carry you through here for the next minute or so. So we're gonna drop all of our baggage from the day. We're gonna let that fly away. We're just gonna take this hour and start to think about your breath. Taking some longer inhales and exhales to start. And the motto today is opening your heart. So opening that heart wide, that chest is wide, eyes are closed. And then we're going to bring our hands right to our heart. And you can decide if you want soft arms or if you want strong arms with strong palms, elbows to the side. Your choice. Keeping your breath going and noticing where you are. Then we're going to drop our chin to our heart. Really feeling that neck stretch. Should feel good. Activating our shoulders. Enjoying the stretch. If you choose to set an intention, this would be a good time. And releasing your palms. Bring your chin back up. And dropping your right ear to your right armpit, lengthening your neck. And then back it up. Dropping your left ear to your left armpit. And back up. Bringing your arms up and bringing your hands together, clasping them, palms to the ceiling. Really pressing those palms up, feeling that in your shoulders. And then releasing your hands down. Coming to all fours. And while we're right here, think about lifting your heart. Not a big movement, just a little movement. And it might feel good to move slightly or move deeply. It's really working at keeping that heart lifted. Even moving back and forward maybe slightly. And back to all fours. And rolling your toes forward. Keeping that heart lifted, and then lift your knees just slightly up, and then all the way down. Back up, and all the way down. Now we're going to do this with our breath. Keeping that heart lifted, inhaling to start. Exhale, lift those knees. Inhale, drop those knees down. Exhale, lift. One more set. And then we're going to release that all the way down. We're going to widen the knees, toes together. We're coming into a child's pose, a little bit different version. And still I want you to make sure that it feels good for you. But our hips are going to be up just slightly. And our arms are forward. And then your forehead is down. So it feels a little bit different on your spine. Really getting into some deep breaths around your spine. And then release, coming on back to all fours. I'm coming into cat and cow. And it might be that you're just moving softly with the cat and with the cow, or it might be a little more aggressively until you get to a tight area. And it doesn't matter, whatever works best for you, but make it your own. Coming into cat. Releasing to cow. And cat. Think about keeping that heart lifted. And cow. One more time, cat. And cow. And release. Lengthening out, coming into a Sphinx pose. We're on our elbows, our palms are on the mat. Elbows are right below your shoulders. So on our next inhale, we're going to lift our heart. And with the exhale, I want you to hug your low ribs in. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hug those ribs in. Inhale, lift. Let's do one more set. And then release. We're going to stay in a Sphinx pose. And I'm just going to talk about energy just a little bit. From the base of your spine all the way to the top of your head. We're always hoping for like a clear pathway for your energy. And if there's any tightness in your back, it might not be a clear pathway. Or if your neck is really tight, that's another reason. So even if we're sitting here with our neck all scrunched, that can even be a reason that energy can't get all the way to your head. And it's a good reminder for me because I kind of like to bend my neck a little bit. But just think about your neck in alignment with your spine so that good energy can flow all the way up to your brain and back. Take a few breaths here. And then release that. Bringing our hands right underneath our shoulders. Rolling our toes forward, coming into a plank. And you can think about that clear pathway from the bottom of your spine all the way to the top of your head, even here. Keeping that neck in alignment. Getting some good breaths in and out. Dropping our knees if they're not already down. And coming all the way down into a cobra, toes to the back. And then we're gonna lift that part. But making sure that your neck, there's no tightness or no, I don't know if this is a word, but that your neck isn't scrunched. And then release. Plank. And then we're going to drop our knees down. So think about being on all fours right now. And then we're going to thread the needle. Bring that right arm underneath the left. And then bringing that right ear to the mat. And we're going to release this. We're going to come right back, bringing that hand right down on a mat. We're going to do that with our breath. So with that inhale, we're going to come underneath. And then the exhale, we're going to come up and bring that right arm up to where you're comfortable. On the next inhale, that right arm is all the way through. And with the exhale, releasing all the way up to a twist. Inhale, back down. And exhale up. Again. release. That right hand comes down. We'll do the same with the left hand. We're going to come right underneath that right arm all the way and bring that left ear to the mat, holding it here. And then back, bring that left arm back. On your next inhale, that left arm comes under. And then exhale, coming up and twisting. Inhale under. And exhale up. 2 more times. Last time. And then bringing that left hand to match the right. Rolling our toes forward, coming into a down dog. And moving around with that, pedaling your heels out, stretching your back, stretching your legs, stretching your hips. Even come forward to a plank if that feels good. Lifting that right leg, lifting it up, and then bringing that right knee right to your nose and holding it here. And then coming further into the low lunge, dropping that left knee. This will be a runner's lunge. When you're situated, think about that clear pathway from the bottom of your tailbone all the way to the top of your head. Nice and long. And then we're going to release. This is a crescent lunge. You're going to come all the way up, making sure that that left hip is forward. And then we're going to bring our arms up. I want you to think about how your heart is supported here. Keeping that strong, lifting your heart. And then how does this feel? Bring both hands back down to the runner's lunge. And then releasing the right. Bring that right arm up and twisting to the right. Lengthening through the spine, fingertips up, and then releasing down. Coming to a plank. Slowly lowering, and then to a cobra, or if you're ready for an up dog, feel free to go right into an up dog. Sometimes an up dog feels good and sometimes it doesn't, depending on how your back feels. And then we're going to release that all the way back down. Toes forward and down dog. Lifting the left leg high. Bringing that left knee right to your nose and holding. All the way through to a low lunge. Dropping that right leg to that runner's lunge. Thinking about that clear pathway again. And then to the crescent lunge, bringing yourself up. Arms are up. Protecting your heart, lifting your heart. And breathing. And back to the runner's lunge. Releasing that left arm, twisting from your belly, looking up if you choose. And release. Plank. Slowly lower. And cobra or up dog. Down dog. Right leg comes up high. And back to your nose. Bring it in tight. Shoulders are rolling forward. And to a low lunge. Up on the ball of that left foot if you choose. Don't have to. And then we're going to drop that left knee if you have that up into the crescent lunge. Coming into goalpost arms. Arms are up. Goalpost, lifting up, protecting your heart, maybe even bending back. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Runner's lunge. And plank. Down dog. Left leg high. Knee to nose. Low lunge. And dropping that right knee, crescent lunge. Arms are up, protecting your heart, and then to goalpost arms with the back bend if you choose. Squeezing those shoulder blades. And then releasing plank. Down dog. Right leg comes forward, coming into a high lunge. Getting yourself situated before you come up. Strong feet. Ensure that you've got a strong base. Shoulders are back. Clasping our hands right behind us. So think about those hands are right on your hips. They're going to stay close to your body. And then leaning slightly forward. If you choose, you can just twist slightly to the right. Might mess with your balance a little bit, keeping your arms back. And back to the center point. We're going to release our hands and our arms. Kind of rock yourself up. Left foot matches the right into a chair pose. So your hips are back, coming right into your squat. Back is straight. Pressing those palms together, your elbows are to the sides of the room strong. You should feel all your toes on your mat. And get down just a little deeper if possible. We're going to release our arms down. The next inhale, gradually bringing yourself up. Tree pose, right leg. Get yourself situated. And wherever you're at with the left, wherever you're comfortable. Arms are wherever you're comfortable. Up or down. And then we're going to drop those arms if they're up, and then that left leg. Feet are about hip width apart, knees are soft, coming into a straight back. Bending over, hips to the back, top of the head to the front. Think about that clear pathway of energy from the base of your spine all the way to the top of your head. Nice and long. Hopefully there's no tightness anywhere. And gradually back up to standing. Right leg is back, coming into a high lunge. Getting a strong base, bring your hands behind, close to your body. Now, if you can remember what thumb was on the top, on the other side, try to reverse that, and it'll probably feel kind of funny. Slightly bending over. And if you choose, you can twist and look up. And then right back to the center. Come into a chair pose, so get yourself situated, let go of your arms, bringing that right leg up into that squat. Getting into it a little deeper, bring our arms up right by our ears. Think about your neck is comfortable in alignment with your spine. Bring your arms. Gradually bringing yourself up. Tree pose on the left. Whatever works for you, whatever is the most comfortable, but challenging. Your arms are up, bringing them down, and then releasing that right leg. Feet are hip width apart, knees are soft, coming to a straight back, lengthening. Bring your hands to the mat, walking our feet back into a down dog. Bringing that right leg, we're going to fold that forward, coming into a pigeon. Left leg is long. And we're going to start with a pretty straight back. Getting a couple good breaths in. And then when you're ready, folding forward deeper, if that is a choice for you. Walking our hands back up. This is an optional move, but bending maybe that left knee, grabbing that ankle. I know we've done this before, but think about maybe lifting that right arm. Enters into your balance. And then release. Hopefully you're not watching me. So we're gonna come right to our sit bones, bringing that left leg right around, going into the opposite pigeon. Back is straight, you're lifted up, hips are level. And then gradually dropping. Back up to your arms. And staying here is an option, or bending that right knee, grabbing that ankle or toe. Maybe get your balance, see if you can lift that left arm. And then release, bring that right leg down. Coming to all fours. And we're gonna widen our knees. Our toes are together. We're gonna come into a regular child's pose with our arms right by our side. Our palms are facing up and our forehead is on the mat. Releasing when you're ready. We're going to bring our knees together, coming all the way up, lifting our arms up. We're going to think of reaching up and bending back. Arms are down. Finding a space in your place against a wall, coming into King Arthur. Whichever knee you want to start with, bending that right towards the casing or towards your chair or couch, and bringing that right up. If you're comfortable today bringing those arms up, feel free to do that. And releasing that down. Switching legs. And then switch, we'll do one more set. and switch. And release. Work. We're going to come back to your mat. Feet on the mat, back is straight. Bringing those heels as close to your hips as you can, just giving your legs a hug, stretching your back. And release, gradually coming down to your back. Legs are long. And coming into the banana, bringing the left heel to the edge of your mat, crossing your right leg over that left ankle. Think about your hips being neutral. They're going to stay right in the center of the mat. If you're up to it, if your shoulders are up to this in your neck, you can gradually bring your upper body to the left. And then arms are by your side, above your head, wherever you're comfortable. Think about, with your breath, really getting it to the right side, to your obliques, your hip. If your upper body is over, bringing that back to center, arms are down, and then taking that right leg, uncrossing it, feet to the mat, and knees are in. So right here, you're gonna grab your knees or grab your shins or your feet or anywhere in between. And then release, legs long. Bring the right leg to the edge of your mat, crossing the left leg over, and any way you want with that upper body. And your arms. Breathing into that left side. Centering our upper body, uncrossing your legs, feet to the mat, and knees to chest. And again, hands on your knees, your shins, your feet. And then release. Bring your feet back down. And we're going to have our heels as close to our hips as you're comfortable. Coming into a bridge, hip points towards you. Bring yourself up, knees are forward just slightly, hands are underneath you. This is the same with that clear pathway for your energy from the base of your spine all the way to the top of your head. So making sure that your neck is nice and lengthened. Then we're going to release, coming down slowly. And bottoms of our feet together, knees to the side. Arms can be on your quads, they can be up to a T above your head or clasped right under your head. And then release. And legs are long, or if that's comfortable, not as comfortable, then your feet on the mat, feel free to do that too. We're going to take our right hand to our heart and our left to our belly. And noticing the sound of your breath. Now with the inhale, think about that air doing a little somersault as you get to the top of the inhale. A couple more breaths like this. And releasing your arms and hands. Coming into a comfortable position, what's comfortable for you. And a few of you maybe have heard this before. It's just so connecting. And I know last night I sent out an email that if you have a leaf, to bring a leaf. You maybe have it with you, maybe don't. It's not a big deal if you do. But this may make you look at a leaf a little bit differently. Picking a leaf off the ground and contemplating it as an object is very inspiring. Its shape and color, the way it feels in your hand, its delicate veins, and the stem that once held it fast to the branch of a tree. All of these qualities reveal a leaf to be a miniature work of natural art. As we contemplate this small object more deeply and consider where it came from and what purpose it has, we find that the leaf is one small but essential part of a system, of the energy of the sun, of the earth, and in the process brings into being the oxygen many living things rely on to live. A leaf transforms the elements of its environment: sunlight, carbon dioxide, rain, into nourishment for its tree. The nearly weightless piece of nature is of importance to the branch, that is of importance to the trunk, that is of importance to the roots of the tree. The roots in turn draw nourishment from the earth to feed the trunk, the branches, and the leaves. One of the many gifts that nature offers us is a clear understanding between all living things. The person who exhales the carbon dioxide, the clouds that produce the rain, the sun that gives light, the leaf that transforms all these things into sustenance for a tree. Not one of these could survive without being part of this cycle. Each living being is dependent upon other living things for its survival. When we look at the world, we see that this is not a place where different beings survive independently of one another. Earth is a home to a web of living things that are connected to each other through a kaleidoscope of relationships. We need each other to survive and thrive. And bring your feet to the mat. Rolling on your right side, stacking your hips and knees. And when you're ready, bring yourself up to sitting. Hands right at your heart, protecting your heart. Elbows are soft. You are all my heroes today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down, chin to chest. Namaste.